So, hello Kyuho. You are from the band Madmans Esprit. I will ask first to introduce yourself shortly and also the band and the concept and the musical style of the band.
Um, yeah, so Kyuho from Madmans Esprit. Um, we're basically a band from, uh, well, it's a solo project of me. I started the band some time ago in Korea, and then now I have some live members like helping me playing live. Musically, the band is it has a lot of different influences, but it's based on some extreme metal genres and some visual kei bands and some classical acts together. Um, yeah, I guess that would be all. I guess.
Thank you. You just performed with your band here at the Bobble Café in Lille. What are your impressions of this venue?
So it's actually it's very close with the audience here, the stage, and I was actually the first time a little bit worried that this could be the sound wise it could be a little bit difficult, but it was actually really good. And the other thing is actually the people here, and I can, if I imagine that if I had the same show in Korea or like somewhere else that is this close with the audience and stuff, then I can really imagine people enjoying the music really this much, like enjoying, jumping and moshing and headbanging and stuff. And it was actually very energetic. I enjoyed it.
Okay, so for the next question, I will ask you to give a short bio of your band, the history of your band, how you created it, and how it evolved, and also what are the main influences you put in your project.
Um, so I believe the band when the band was first formed, when I was still a teenager, pretty long time ago. Um, I had um, with a couple of different people I used to know. I released an EP, and shortly after I released a demo album. But before the demo album, it was basically it wasn't a solo project, so we all kind of participated in writing music and recording and everything. But after that, everyone had to go to military, so I think around 2014 or so, I released my first full-length album as a solo project. It's very black metal, very depressive, suicidal black metal kind of um, influences, and and then after that, 2018, I believe 2018, I for 4 years I didn't have that much of a big musical activities related with the military issues and stuff, but yeah, in 2018, I once again recorded everything by myself and mixed and mastered, and I released the album through the German label Ganshin. The time, I think, if the first album was more black metal influence, kind of based sounding, then the second album is more complex. It has more influences from even like post-punk and like some indie rock kind of music. And I guess the newest album EP that came out like basically 3 4 days ago, together with the tour. Um, that one, I would say this like somewhere in between of where I'm kind of trying to go and where I used to be, and I'm like sound wise it has more, I would say, um, more provocative because I used to make black metal and now I'm making some pop music basically. Um, yeah, that's all.
Okay, speaking of where you come from and where you want to go, what are your projects for Madman Esprit or any other project in the near future or in the future?
Actually, I don't plan that much for the band, so I cannot really tell um, what is going to happen in the future, like precisely. But um, of course, there's going to be more concerts in this tour, European tour. And actually, while I'm in Europe, I already wrote some new songs, and I'm just trying to kind of build up the ideas of how I can release new music or new single or maybe full length album, or I actually don't know yet. Yeah, I guess that's all.
Okay. A more personal question. You have musical influences, and on your personal tastes, um, what are your three favorite albums of all time?
I think the it's actually really hard. Um, just I'll just go without thinking. Um, Radiohead in Rainbows and Deer and Grey Ouroboros and Sweden Shining. The band is called Shining from Sweden, and I actually don't know how to pronounce the album. It's like Flödens or something is written in Swedish. I believe there was like Nins or I actually have no idea. That has a song called Tiden Looking in Sha or something. That Time Heals No Wound, and yeah, probably that three.
Okay, so the band is named Madmans Esprit, which is kind of mix of English name for Madmans and Esprit, which sounds more French or German. Could you explain the concept behind this name?
Um, Actually, the name Madmans Esprit, I didn't make this name. When I first formed the band, I had a guitar player who basically formed the band together with me. He actually just had this name on his social media like back in the days, and then we just needed a name to apply for some festivals in Korea, and we needed a name, but we didn't have one. So I just checked his social media, and then okay, like something is written here, and then what does it mean? And then he just said, I just checked the English dictionary, and then uh, I just found two very cool sounding words. So I just put it together. And then, hey, but it actually fits the band. I think it basically describes the band very well. I mean, honestly, if I say Madman's Spirit, it has totally different feeling from Madman's Esprit. So, yeah, I think it just went very well, very happily, accidentally. Yeah.
Okay, the last question. You just released the album Glorifying Suicide, which is released for this European tour, which has the same name. The name can be a bit shocking for public, for the audience that is not used to your band and your concept. Why did you choose this name, and what is the idea behind Glorifying Suicide and also the song Suicidal?
Um, so basically, the song "Suicidal," um, because also like when you think about the background of me, that I'm Korean and I'm from South Korea, where the K-pop culture is very dominating. I think basically I wanted to make a pop song, basically a pop song that says something exactly the opposite of what mainstream culture is talking about. So I am very, I don't, I'm not really happy with people glorifying life. Like people, the society, the entire society, the entire world is talking about the life is great. Like life is so awesome. Like to get a happy life. But actually, all of this like life that you have, it was never your choice. It's always made by your surrounding, made by your society, made by your social class, made by your country, and everything. But without thinking, without questioning, people just glorify life, which could be very horrible and painful, and could be just like a living hell. So, so basically, I'm saying, kind of giving them a middle finger and just saying you have to have a different perspective in this. And the title "Glorifying Suicide" is the just like what I just said. Um, the life is not your choice. It's basically the result of your parents having sex, and you didn't, you know, ask to be born. And then, like all these different choices you can make, like to be in a band, to eat certain food, to like date a certain person, and everything, is actually all these influences from your surroundings and stuff. And let's say like, oh, I want to go and live in a different country, or I want to do something else, but it's actually always based on, okay, do I have enough money to do it? Maybe I do. Do I have a passport, like some really good passport where I can just, which I can just use to just go any country? Depends, you know, depends on which continent you're from, which country you're from. In that sense, the suicide could be actually the only choice you can make ultimately in the world, where your entire life is basically forced. And in that case, I actually don't mean anyone to kill themselves. You know, I I think personally I would be very happy if they can have a better life, if they can have a happier life. I mean, no one truly wants to die. You know, they want most of the people would want to get a better life, but they don't have any choice left, so they die. And when you're actually glorifying suicide, it's actually not glorifying the act, the suicide, but you are basically becoming able to see what is making people to kill themselves. What makes people glorify suicide? Yeah, so it's just a big question basically. So yeah, and also I really like that it's provocative. I just really like to offend people. I just really like it.
Thank you very much, Kyuho. This interview was done by Jan Vervaeke for Jan Vervaeke Photo and Films and Metal to Infinity.